Hey guys, in this video, we're gonna get into what you need to do before you start using your tarot cards, and how to clear the energy, how to connect with your cards and love them and just but basically start a relationship with your cards. It's very important that you just energetically, emotionally connect with your cards, because this is where you connect with spirit and connect with the universe. So I'm going to get into 4 different ways on how to cleanse your tarot deck and how to clear the energy, and 1 practice that you can do when you get your cards to build a relationship with them and connect with them right away. It was like one of my favorite things about using tarot, and it really was super special really later on when I was more experienced, and I had, well, you'll see. All right, so let's get started. All right, so the first method I'm gonna do, hey, what's up? Okay, so I'm going to cleanse with fire. So I got my handy dandy candle here, and I'm gonna get my trusty Bic lighter, and I'm gonna light the way that my former smoking husband told me to light things, because I was driving him crazy with the very inexperienced way that I use a lighter. So he said, make sure you turn the candle on the side, you light it this way, because I was just trying to like stick things in. I was using my Bic lighter, which if you saw the if you saw the how to cleanse crystals video, you saw me using a Bic lighter, but that ran out of juice, so I'm using a regular like smoker's lighter. My husband claims that he doesn't smoke, but you know, we'll see. Also, you might catch him in the shot back here. He's watching the baby while I shoot this video. Okay, so we have our fire here. Now, this is something that you have to be very careful with when you are cleansing and clearing the energy for your cards, right? And this is just representing that we're clearing any negative energy. Like when you get the cards, if somebody else has handled your cards, if you dropped them on the floor, if you're bringing them somewhere to travel, you always kind of want to do like some of these practices just to, reconnect with your cards and treat them special, treat them nice. So with fire, you really want to be careful, right? We don't want to set our cards like on fire so that they just go into flames. So we're going to just really just bring our cards over the flame, not into the flame. Okay, so very simple like that. But another way that you can cleanse your cards, like if you are using the fire element, is to remember that the sun is a big freaking ball of fire. So you can use the sun as well to cleanse your cards. So I have, let's see, sorry if I'm blocking, guys, but I have some sunlight coming in through the window. So instead of doing that, where I just put my cards over the fire, I can just leave my cards in the windowsill. Okay. And okay, all right, I think I'm gonna do the earth element next, because that really fits really well. So you see that that I have my cards on a wooden windowsill. So when we think of earth, it can be anything from the earth, any natural element like wood. We have crystals here. We have a selenite crystal. This is a wood charger. We have a shell from nature. Any items from nature can be used to clear the energy in your cards. So like I said, you can put them on the wooden windowsill, and you can also put any crystal on top. Like I put the selenite, like that's my selenite charger. So if you don't know what selenite is, it's like a white crystal that looks like this, and it is a crystal that is commonly used to charge other items. So selenite is one of the most popular crystals that you would also use as an earth element to put on your deck. Super simple right there. The amount of time that you charge is really up to you. You could do it 10 to 15 minutes. If you're just like kind of letting it hang out here and you have the time, a lot of people do like a minimum of 2 hours with an element like that. If you're just putting it over the fire or doing like clearing it like with sage or clearing it with a singing bowl, just naturally it's going to be less time. So you could use selenite, but you could also use any crystals that you're, particularly connected to. Like I have a lapis lazuli, one of my favorites. So you could put that over the deck and just leave it there to charge it. Super simple, super easy. Okay, so this flows nicely right into the air element with clearing, and I think this is probably one of the most populars because sage, like your regular old like sage from your metaphysical shop, is considered air, or incense is considered air. Also, I just cracked open my window. I don't know if you can see that here. Let me, I just cracked open the window there. So you can just open it, let the air blow on it while you're letting it cleanse for earth. Or you can burn sage. I feel like burning sage is probably the most popular way to clear, the easiest way to clear. And it can make your room smell nice afterwards too. So I tend to use it. All right, so what I did, you saw right there, is that I just stuck the sage right into the candle, right? And now it's burning. I like to just really literally show you guys because I don't have my Bic lighter, but before, you know, I was trying to like light my sage with the lighter, like, you know, and sage is actually like really hard to start burning if you're just using a lighter to try to light it. So like if you're having trouble getting it going, you really want to use a candle to light it. And I particularly like candles with like, this has 3 wicks in the candle. I find that like the easiest. It just gets my sage going. As you can see, it got the smoke going right away. So you could, you know, if you're just using with sage, you can just leave the cards near the sage, let it burn. But also, as you noticed, I had the window open. When you burn sage, I recommend that you open a window or crack open a window or have a vent running. Like if you're near a kitchen or something, or a bathroom, if you're like near something that has a vent, depending on, hey, I don't know where you want to clear these. I don't know where you're doing your business. So, but you want to make sure like the smoke goes out, and you can also use incense as well. So that's the third way. Oh, and there's one more. So you can also clear with a singing bowl if you happen to have a singing bowl, right? So this is going to be a tone. So this also relates to air because air is communication. So we think like music or sound healing or something like that. So you can just take your singing bowl and just make a tone for it, or I'm going to show you my tricks, okay, on how you can also do your singing bowl. This is like the fancy way, okay. All right, pretty awesome. Sorry, I just had to show you that party trick that I like to use. Okay, so moving right on to the 4th element is water, good old H2O. And another thing that you can use if you're not using water, put this down, is an essential oil. Like you can get your essential oils. Now, I don't really use this. I don't really like to use water with my cards. I don't want to get them ruined, but some people recommend doing this. So I'm going to try it out for the video, even though I'm like not too sure. So I just put like some of the essential oils like on my finger and I would just splash the essential oil. I don't know if it's really getting on there. Yeah, okay, a tiny, tiny bit is getting on my cards, and then you could let that dry. So take any essential oil. I'll be honest, I'm not like super educated on essential oils. I have a few of them. This is like ginger. I heard it was good for, I don't know, my human design when I was studying the human design stuff. So I don't know, any essential oil would be good that you already use, or like using a diffuser. Like if you had a diffuser for essential oil, that would be a way that you could cleanse your tarot cards with water. Another thought that I have is that, and you can get creative in the way that you connect with your cards and clear them. So don't feel limited by the ways that I'm showing you. But I'm thinking that you could, you know, pour the water in like a little bowl like this and just lay the cards like across it. So it's not getting wet, but you have this element of water connecting with your cards. Okay, so last but not least, I'm going to show you the practice I use to really connect with my cards that I really love. Now, my cards are shuffled already, so So they're all like mixed into different orders. However, when you first get the deck, they're probably going to be in order of the major arcana and the minor arcana, and I will be making videos to explain what the minor arcana are versus the major arcana. But basically, you're going to go through your deck and look through the deck, and you are going to decide which cards you like the most, which is your favorite card of the deck, and which one is your least favorite card. You're like, ooh, I don't like this card. This card is like super, super duper nasty. And you're just gonna go through like this, and I'm going to pull out the ones that I chose when I got this deck. This deck is the Light Seers deck. This was the very first deck that I used. I really, really recommend it. If you are a first-time tarot reader, it is super easy to connect with these cards and know what they mean without really knowing much about tarot. Okay, so here we go. So when I picked my cards, these two really stuck out to me. This Empress card was my absolute favorite. And the more that I actually learned about the Empress card, the more I understood why I picked it, why I connect with it, why I love it so much. Just a quick like preview is the Empress card actually represents the goddess Venus, but I love this like sexy, feminine Mother Earth type energy, and I just really connected it with it. I connected with it with my personality. I think there's some characteristics where she kind of looks like me, so I really saw myself in the image. I like to see myself as a sexy Mother Earth, super empowered in her femininity. And then the other card I picked was the Six of Swords. I was like, this is so sad. She's on a trip. She's leaving, you know, disconnecting, like having to leave like a bad experience. It seemed, you know, like when I picked it. And it really bummed me out. You know, I have some issues with relationships and, you know, having to make decisions to leave places or disconnect from people because of bad experiences. And this card doesn't always mean that, but you can see she's kind of worn, she's kind of sad, she has to make this long journey. It may be good for her, but it kind of sucks. So the reason that you pick these cards is because when you're using your tarot deck and you're getting to the point where you can start pulling spreads or cards for the day, it's going to be kind of cool, because this is especially good if you're pulling cards for yourself, is that whenever you pick these cards, it's kind of like a nod from the universe communicating with you in a very special way. And I can say that this is exactly what happened. So, you know, I've been doing a lot of inner work, a lot of spirituality. I've gone through really tough times. You know, I come from a family with, like, that's a little dysfunctional, has alcoholism, been through mental, emotional abuse, been through, you know, my own, you know, like, mental issues, and have had to get help for that in the past. So I've come a long way. And what I found is that, like, there was this one day where I really was like kind of channeling the goddess Venus, and I was feeling this beautiful energy and so happy and so empowered. And I came and I did my daily spiritual practice, which I also have a video on. Check that out. And I freaking pulled this damn card that day, and it felt so freaking good, and I felt so connected to the universe and my spirit guides who were just saying, yes, you got this, girl. And then, you know, I have to say, like, I've kind of avoided the energy. I actually have to say I don't pull the Six of Swords as much, but I know if I pull it, like, I have some work and things to work through. Hey, maybe I've done really well on working with my issues, which is why I haven't pulled this card. I don't know, but for, you know, that's just how the dice rolls. I tend to pick my favorite card. I tend to pick this card more than that, although it has come up. Hey, it's me, I'm back. I hope you really enjoyed this video on how to cleanse your crystals and connect with your deck. Please let me know in the comments below. If you have any other questions, I also linked the deck here, any other items that I have linked to, I put in the description below. And if you enjoyed this video, make sure to like, subscribe, and hit the bell, because I'm going to be doing on a series on how to read your cards, so you're not going to want to miss that, and you're going to want to get the notifications. If you like this video, make sure to like, subscribe, and hit the bell to be notified for whenever I release a new video every single week.